Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this April the 14th, 2024. I'm hoping everybody had a great Sunday out there so far. Hope everybody has a great Sunday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, thank you for tuning back into my channel. If you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe today. Also, like these videos, share these videos on social media, and in tonight's video, we're going to be talking about your forecast for Monday and Tuesday. Also, we're going to take a look at the radar currently across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the Watches Warning Advisory map for your location across the nation as well. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center overview and the storm report that came in, mainly from the northeastern U.S. We'll be talking about that. Also, we're going to talk about these severe weather for your Tuesday and a little small area for Wednesday. So make sure you stay tuned through the entire video. And also, like I said, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my forecast channel. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks, and we're going to talk a little bit about the weather. Alrighty, you can see we got a little bit of mixed precipitation up here in Maine with some shower activity through New Hampshire, Vermont, and also supporting New York State. Also a little bit down here around Rhode Island and portions of eastern Connecticut. Also, we have some thunderstorms and showers up here from Virginia over towards southern south of Delaware and the coastal waters into North Carolina. Stretching all the way through Kentucky, all the way back to Minnesota, through the Dakotas, portion of Wyoming, all the way down to Texas. In the yellow slashed area here, we have some severe weather possible from Texas through Oklahoma, Arkansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, maybe a portion of Iowa, and also in the portions of Missouri. In the gray slashed area, there's some critical fire weather problems possible in portions of Colorado, Kansas, down in the portion of Oklahoma, northwest Texas, also New Mexico, and also western Texas as well. We got some shower activity from portions of North Dakota through Montana down into Wyoming. And also we have mixed precipitation there as well from Wyoming into Colorado, northern New Mexico, Utah, Idaho, also in the portion of northern Idaho, Washington, Oregon states as well. Otherwise, dry high pressure is in charge of the remainder area of Canada. Also in the port of Montana through Washington, Oregon State, through California, Gulf of California, Mexico, down to the Yucatan Peninsula, Jamaica, Cuba, the Bahamas, Florida Keys, Florida, portions of the South and Southeastern United States, and also portions of the Wisconsin region, also Michigan, down to portions of Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York State, Maine, also over toward Newfoundland and New Brunswick areas as well. All of this activity is for your Monday, April 15th. All right, here's your Tuesday forecast. Now, as you can see, we got shower and storms extending from the outer banks of North Carolina through North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, up into the Great Lakes region around Michigan and Wisconsin, back to Minnesota through the Dakotas. Also down into portions of Colorado, New Mexico, Nebraska, down to Kansas and Oklahoma, portion of Texas. Also Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio as well. The yellow slashed area from Iowa down to portions Wisconsin, also into Indiana, much of Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, Texas, and also a portion of Oklahoma and eastern Kansas. This is a severe weather possible with some strong and severe thunderstorms possible. We'll be talking about that in your day number 3 outlook. Make sure you go back earlier today, check out my video. I talked about this afternoon severe weather and also tomorrow's severe weather event as well coming up. So go back and watch that video if you have not watched it yet. Alright, also we got mixed precipitation in portions of Colorado, Wyoming, back into Montana, and also a little bit of North Dakota, and also in the portion of Idaho, a little bit in Washington, Oregon State, and a little bit of coastal shower activity along Washington and northwestern Oregon states. Alright, otherwise, dry high pressure in charge of much of Canada, the northeastern United States, from portions of New Brunswick, Newfoundland, through Maine, all the way down to Delaware, D.C., through the Carolinas, down to Florida, Florida Keys, the Bahamas, Jamaica, Cuba, also the Yucatan Peninsula, all the way over to California, Gulf of California, all the way up to portion of Washington, Oregon, and Idaho region, and portion of Montana as well. All of this activity is for your Tuesday, April 16th. Alright, you You can see here we got some severe thunderstorm warnings as well across Pennsylvania area. We'll be getting to that as they have a severe thunderstorm watch in that region, and we'll be talking about that in the watches warning advisory map. Alright, now we got some scattered activity around Georgia, Tennessee, and also in the portion of Alabama, same in southwestern portion of Texas, and also more scattered activity over here in portion of Montana, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington State, California, Nevada, Utah, and a little bit of scattered activity over North Dakota and South Canada. Alright, the watches warning advisory map for your locating across the nation is coming up. As you can see, we still had a river flood warning for portion of Maine, also down toward Connecticut, and also in the we have an area flood advisory for portion of Pennsylvania. There's that severe thunderstorm watch for Pennsylvania and portion of Ohio, with that line of severe thunderstorm warnings through Pennsylvania. We have special weather statement for portion of West Virginia, down in the portion of Kentucky, Virginia, and also North Carolina. Also, we have river flood warning for portion of Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. Also down in the portion of South Georgia, the Florida Panhandle, portion of Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Eastern Texas. All right, up here in the northern portion of the country, we have some red fire weather watches in effect for portion of Minnesota. Also in the Wisconsin, also Iowa, and also in the South Dakota, and portion of Nebraska, and also Kansas, Minnesota, and northeastern North Dakota. More red flag warnings for portion of Wyoming, Kansas, also in Nebraska, Kansas, Colorado, New Mexico, West Texas, and also we have some high wind warnings and wind advisories over portions of New Mexico as well. High wind watches for portion of Wyoming. Also, we have some winter storm watches in effect for Wyoming and Montana. Special weather statement for you guys here in areas of Montana. Wind advisory reported Washington, Oregon State, Idaho, and Nevada. And also, we have some winter weather advisory for portion of northern Montana, much of Utah, southern portion of California, with a wind advisory there in southern California as well. We still have those small craft advisory gale warnings from up here in there, Maine down to Virginia, same for portions of California to Washington State. Alright, the Hawaiian Chain Island, we have some high wind warnings to the south, flood watches in effect for central and north, and a flood warning in effect there. That's a flash flood warning on the northern island chain. Small craft advisory around the island. Same around the Alaska area with some storm warnings there in purple. But also we have some winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings for western Alaska as well, and the northwestern areas also. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center overview. Currently you can see there with the severe weather up in the northeast, some scattered activity out west. Outlook pretty much discussion, just currently talking about that watch that's in effect. Storm report currently as of this recording, but I do expect more to be added later on. We had 0 tornado reports. We had 3 pretty much in portions of Ohio and also Pennsylvania. Hail reports we had in central Pennsylvania. Total number of reports 19, and I'm do expect these numbers. Outlook. This is your day 3. This is Tuesday's outlook. As you can see, we have some general thunderstorm from Wilmington, North Carolina, Charlotte over to Raleigh, all the way up to Roanoke, Charleston, and Richmond, Virginia, and West Virginia region, stretching all the way up to Bismarck and Fargo, North Dakota. Also toward Rapid City, South Dakota, back down towards San Antonio. We have an enhanced risk up here in portion of Del Monte, all the way down to Jefferson City. And also we have a slight risk, from east of Waco all the way through Little Rock, Memphis, you included, Evansville, like I said, St. Louis, Jefferson City, Kansas City, you're included, Springfield, Pierre, and Omaha, and right along the Lincoln, right near just east of Lincoln, Nebraska, you are in the slight risk area for severe weather. All right, the probability for severe weather. We have a 5% brown, 15% in the yellow, and the 30 and 15% risk area. That is the significant area of severe weather. Here are the cities and states listed below. You're welcome to check it out. Also, this includes the significant area, pretty much includes the following locations, and the 30% Del Monte, Independent, Columbia, Amos, West Des Moines, also St. Joseph, Iowa City, and Quincy, Illinois is a 30% risk area and the 15% risk area for severe weather. Coming up on day number 2, which is Tuesday. This is where your severe weather will occur in the marginal, slight risk, and enhanced risk area. Day number 4, this is just a small area of severe weather. I would not be surprised it could grow a little bit further to the south, maybe a little bit to the north, maybe a little bit eastbound. So we'll just continue to monitor that. Right now they have no risk area, but if you live in Louisville, Kentucky, down to Bowling Greens, maybe far south of Nashville, maybe Jackson, you might need to be on guard because they could extend it down further. Also Little Rock, maybe toward Chattanooga, over towards Charleston, West Virginia, Columbus, Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, and maybe over towards the Springfield. You may be included as well. If they do not change to 15%, the marginal risk area will outline that vicinity. Alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Everybody continue to stay safe and well. So enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Like the video, share the video, consider subscribing if you have not. We'll catch you back in the next video. So have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday evening, folks. Take care.